So while I know this is obvious, I have to say it anyway because I hope it validates some of you out there. 2024 is a dumpster fire of a year to be a job seeker. I have been a hiring manager for 25 years, since 1998, and I've literally never seen a market like this. But despite that fact, people are still landing jobs. So today I'm talking about 4 strategies that work for career seekers, even in a down market. Hi, I'm Kristen. I am a former attorney and tech exec turned executive career coach. I help mid to senior level corporate women get promoted and transition into work they love. And yes, even in a down market. So number 1, and this is most important, do not let this moment steal your joy. Your worth has nothing, look at me, nothing to do with your employment status. We live in a hyper-capitalistic society, and there will be those who try to convince you otherwise. Do not let them. Here's the deal with joy. Joy is one of those emotions that is the highest vibrating frequency. Every emotion we have has a frequency. Joy, gratitude, peace, those are the highest vibrational. And so when we step into our joy, we are more likely to bring to us, to attract people who have that same vibration, who have that same energy, and bring to ourselves a job which we truly love. So I want you to really lean into celebrating holidays, sharing time with friends and family, making art, writing, exercising, whatever it is that lights you up, reading, step all the way into that. Be joyful, celebrate you despite this moment, because it's far more likely that the next interview you go on, the next networking event you attend, or hell, even kids' birthday party, you're going to meet someone who's going to help you land your next role because you share the same vibrational match that they do. Number 2. And now we're getting a little bit more tactical. You need to go apples to apples with any role for which you apply. And this may be contradictory to what you've heard from other career coaches, but I want you to really listen up. This is not a numbers game. This is the toughest market I have seen. So this idea of applying for 20 roles a week or 25 or 50 roles a week, and it's just going to happen if I continue to do that, isn't actually going to happen. I talk to recruiters who tell me that they're not just receiving hundreds of applications for each role, but thousands of applications for each role. So what that means for you is you need to really be careful and apply only for those roles that are an exact match for your skill set. I would not give this advice in any other market, but this one is just too tough, and it remains too tough for me to, say go for it in this situation. So what you're going to do is you're going to really knock it out of the park with 1 to maybe on a good week, 5 roles a week. There will be weeks where you're not going to see anything that is an exact match, and that's okay. I'm going to share how we're going to use our time in just a minute. But you're going to really hone in on that cover letter. You're going to bring the receipts as to how you have that skill set and how you've demonstrated it before. You're going to really tailor your resume to that exact role. And in doing so, you're going to free up your time to do number 3. And number 3, and you know this, you've got to ask for help. I know it is humbling, and I know you are proud, and it's really hard to reach out to those connections on LinkedIn, but you need to set an exact number here, not with the jobs you apply for, and reach out to people, whether it's 10, 20, 25 people a week. Let them know you're looking, let them know what it is that you're trying to find, and ask for their help. And this is the key, the more specific you can be with your contacts about what you're looking for, about to whom they can introduce you, whatever it is, the more likely you are to land that next role. So if I call up my friend Ray and I say, hey, I got laid off recently, I'm looking for a role, and he's like, oh, that's terrible, I've been laid off. Sorry, Chris. If I hear of anything, I'll let you know. Don't end the conversation there. You can say, well, Ray, I would really be interested in working at the company you are at. And I, wanted to see if you knew anybody in marketing, or even better, if you look through Ray's, list of contacts on LinkedIn and you see Jill, who works in marketing at his company, ask for an introduction to Jill. Sometimes people just don't know how to help. And so the more specific you can be, the more you can guide that horse to water, the more likely it is that you're going to find your next role. And then finally, number 4, and we're just expanding on number 3 here, is you've got to make your own rain. So what do I mean by that? You need to be reaching out to second degree contacts as well. This is where it gets to be a numbers game. A lot of the evidence and a lot of the statistics that we read show that jobs come from not just applying, but from your own network. So the more you can expand that network, the more likely you are to land your next role. So even if you don't know somebody, I still want you to reach out. And let me give you a specific example. The other week, a girlfriend of mine was applying for a job. She sent me a note and said, "Hey, I see you're connected to Julia. How do you know her?" So I click on the link. I see Julia's profile. I have no idea how I know Julia. We are connected on LinkedIn. We're first degree connections. I can't remember. It might have just been one of those things where we connected to connect. But that shouldn't stop said friend. And that's what I told her. So I want her to send a link and say, "Hey, Julia, I see we both know Kristen. How do you know her? She and I met after law school. I'm reaching out because I'm applying for a role at your company, and I'd love to know a little bit about your experience working there. Or if you know anything about the role, that'd be super helpful as well." Follow up with Julia maybe one more time. People who remain after this, year of layoffs, they are very burnt out and they are a bit overburdened. So don't take it personally if somebody doesn't respond, but do your best and just curate your own network. And that is where your next opportunity is going to arise from. I hope this was helpful. If there's anything you'd like to know more about what I've shared today, please put it in the comments below. I always love to read those and I always love to help. So if you did find this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. We come out with new videos each week, and so I'll see you then. Thanks again.